So our story begins with a girl named Kate. Once upon a time, Kate could not walk in a puddle. Kate needed a coat to get over that puddle because she couldn't get her shoes wet. Then one day, Betty came along, and Betty decided that we could do things on our own. Now, as much as I love equality and the fact that women can do things on their own, and we have our 19th Amendment and our opportunity to vote, I still believe that chivalry should be involved in our everyday lives. So many men and women believe that chivalry has died. It's not dead. It's simply evolving into our current lifestyle. I've been observing and interacting with different interpersonal communication habits since I took a class last semester. And what I've learned so far is just that there's little things and little ways that men can show courtesy to women to make them feel important without having to go all out and ruin their new leather jacket. The topic relates to us just because chivalry is everywhere. You can see it every single day. We're always interacting with strangers, and it's the best opportunity just to be able to make someone's day. Today I'm going to correct for you the rumor that chivalry has died. I first came across this topic just last summer when I was invited to a chivalry night. So it was kind of far-fetched just because they actually had gone out of their way to say, hey ladies, come to the chivalry night, we're going to put on a show for you. And they had a parking sign and they valeted our cars and we were able to just sit down and they made dinner for us and have kind of a night to ourselves, and then they even played us The Notebook. So it's kind of like a nice day. Now, chivalry is not always easy to detect. That's probably one of the reasons why we think it's dead, because we kind of have this problem with, like, was he being chivalrous, or was that just kind of, like, nice? Is he coming on to me? Like, what's going on here? It's difficult because we mistake chivalry a lot for, like, flirting and charm and, like, oh, he's Mr. Right. But really, he's just trying to be nice for you. It's imperative to recognize chivalry is not a come-on. Chivalry is a nice act that someone's going to do for you. It's a gift. A gift is something that you receive and you shouldn't have to pay someone back for. Just like anything, if someone's going to give you $5 to put in your tank, that doesn't mean that, like, oh, like, next time you drive, I'll give you $5. It's a gift. You do it if you feel compelled to. Because chivalry is difficult to interpret, rumors begin. So many motivations behind the rumor of chivalry are movies, such like Twilight and Harry Potter, things that girls get the idea that this man is supposed to be Mr. Right and he's supposed to run at super strength and sparkle like a tiara. But to be totally realistic, guys don't have super speed. They can't leap from buildings unless they're doing parkour. And women should be more realistic. So a chivalrous man can stand when you come to a table. So he can turn off his BlackBerry, his Blueberry, his Chuckberry, and actually listen to what's being said. These are just small ways to show chivalry. But it can also be difficult just because of people like Betty. We have all these women who just believe that everything can be done for ourselves. We don't need a man's help. Author and writer Andrew Max Dubinsky gives a gentleman's guide to the 21st century, and he quotes, "You can and should hold the door for a lady, even if she is a malicious feminist plotting for the fall of mankind. Ladies, we open the door for you because we know you're in charge. People in charge don't open their own doors. You enter and we follow." Sure, Betty says that we can do it, but it's a pleasure to have someone do it for us every now and then. In fact, there are several ways to be chivalrous in today's society, without being old-fashioned or coming on to someone. For example, opening doors. Opening a door is never overrated. Even though this picture is old-fashioned, it's something that can always be done. For a car door, a store door, anything. Something that makes my day the most is when I'm a Starbucks addict. When I go into Starbucks in the morning, if someone can open the door for me, I think that's great, and it totally perks up the rest of my day. You don't have to go throwing down your new leather jacket. It's not necessary. You can let a girl wear your jacket if she wants. Actually, I know some guys like that just because it kind of gives him a sign like, oh, she purposely forgot her jacket. This girl's kind of into me. Oh, have fun. So it's kind of a cool thing because it gives you that in. Chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is simply evolving. It's still possible to go out there and make someone's day. We don't expect you to lay in puddles or to not let our feet touch the ground. We don't expect you to hold us up on a pedestal. We have our own rights. We still can vote. We still have all these things that we are capable of doing. It's just nice every now and then to have someone do it for us. So next time you see someone, give them a little small genuine chivalry, and you could make their day.
All right, Jose, what did you think?
I like the entry story on the first visual aid she showed. Also, I thought that her thesis statement was a little bit kind of unclear. She could explain the points she was going to highlight. I thought she organized her speech well, and I thought like her visual aids were good, but we could see a little more. I like the way she presented the speech, the way she talked, and the way she expressed herself. So she has little quotations, that was good, and I like the exit line.
Okay. Yeah, I think the introduction works really well. There's a lot of humor built into the speech. Your delivery is solid throughout. You're engaging the audience. I do think, at the risk of being ungallant and unchivalrous, you ought to lose the gum. And I had a couple of problems with the organizational material because I didn't really think there was a very clear preview. And although it seemed like there was a structure to the material, it was hard to pick out, and it shouldn't be that hard. It should be clearer and easier for us to follow what it is you're saying. You have a couple of spots where there's a quote or two, and you've got a funny example here and there, and I think that you integrated some good humor into the presentation. I'm not sure how the movie references quite fit in. I do like the idea of the small ways in which we can show chivalry, and I thought those were okay. You give it a context, you make reference to the interpersonal class that you took, and I think that suggests that there should be some more research material in the presentation, so it needed a little bit more development as well. But it's nicely presented. I thought you did a good job keeping the audience interested too, because of because of the presentation and because of the humor that you included in the speech. There's some nice anecdotes and funny little bits of business, and turn off your BlackBerry, your Blueberry, your Checkberry. I can go for that. I appreciate that. Although some people probably don't get the reference. Isn't that strange? All right. Thank you very much.